We spent a lot of time tuning everything to work with the pencil. So if you're drawing vertically, we give you a normal pencil stroke. But if you go on the side, we're actually letting you do some shading. We vary the tool sizes. So for things like markers, we've got like a thin marker and then a thicker one as you go on the side.
Now physically, it's not making that much contact on the screen, but it knows the angle?
Yeah,
or are
so
you actually pressing on
no,
the side?
so it knows the angle, and then
Okay.
you are pressing on the screen, and the harder you press, the darker of the mark you get.
But the width of the mark, is that exactly proportional to how much of the pencil is touching the screen? Or is it
No,
just calculating
it's just based
the tilt?
on the tilt, yeah. I mean, it could be sort of any variation, but we're just doing it based on,
Okay.
on tilt. And the tools all behave differently, so something like watercolor.
So the degree of tilt, though, does affect the width.
Yeah, I think so. All the tools, we tried to model them, pretty closely to real-world tools. So, some of them react more to tilt, react differently to tilt. With watercolor, for example, when you tilt, we're laying down more water, so it blends a lot more. But with the pencil, we're doing, some shading and different things, and combining this together to make them feel as much like the real drawing tools as possible.
The effects that you're showing are proprietary to Adobe that you built with the pencil?
Yeah, so they're built into this app is called Adobe Photoshop Sketch, and it's a painting and drawing app, and we've built that into that. But I'm sure tons of developers are going to take this and do their own things with it.
But the exact how it exactly works is based on the developer's app of what you're...
Right. So every app can implement it slightly differently.
Okay. And is that three-finger swipe, is that your gesture, or is that the iPad?
That's ours.
Okay.
And so
It's an undo feature?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So I can show you how it works. So it's 3 fingers down, and you'll see this history line. And then as you scrub back, you're basically undoing and redoing every step along the history. So we're remembering, every mark you make and letting you undo it. Got pictures of, you've seen this one? This is a 50 megapixel photo.
Wow. In Photoshop Fix?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is from somebody's crazy Canon or Nikon camera. I don't even know what camera it came from, but
incredible.
Super, super high res stuff, and it's fast.
Mm-hmm. Even in Photoshop, that would take a little time.
Yeah. And then you're just being able to remove something from the photo pretty easily. You decided you didn't like the number for some reason. You can remove all the numbers from the dials. Yeah. So get rid of all this stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
The ruler actually, it does two main things. It will allow you to, if you're using one of these tools, draw lines with a ruler. So I can come in here and actually draw a straight line.
So it gives you a ruler to measure with.
And also to do straight edge. And then the other thing is that, like a real ruler, it'll mask other tools. So if I have a tool that's very sloppy, I can actually use ruler to mask the edge of what it does. And it snaps to different 45, 90, and 0. And with markup, I can actually come in here and use the pencil to annotate. So I could, for instance, draw here on it and say...
Yeah, it's different than the silicone keyboard.
It is.
It's nice.
And then actually attach that in the email message I sent. So there are a number of places in the system where we actually support